Hello everyone, my name is Lilith from LeArticulate, and if you're here, that means you watched the last lesson on rhetoric and diction, and if you haven't, that can be in our YouTube channel, and I highly recommend that you go see it. Last video, it was a bit long, nearing 11 minutes, right? And that's something that I didn't really intend on doing, although it ended up that way. So I'm going to aim to make this video pretty short. I'm going to say maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, and if it's not, I'm sorry. But today's lesson is on smiling, and you might wonder, why am I outside? For one, it's really nice weather outside today, and two, I want to make sure that you guys see my face while I'm speaking, so that you understand really what goes on when someone's smiling and when someone's not. So let's get into it. The first thing, smiling is actually something that a lot of businesses put a lot of research into. And what they found was if someone's not able to see your face, so let's say over like a call, right? If someone's not able to see your face, smiling makes a huge impact on the perception of the person on the other end. For example, I'm going to say two sentences, one when I'm smiling and you're going to see me smiling, and one when I'm not smiling. So here's what I'm going to say, and it's going to be complete nonsense to articulate the point that I'm making. I took out the groceries today versus I took out the groceries today. And that wasn't something that I consciously did, that voice drop. It's something that can happen when you're smiling, and it's something that you can, and if it doesn't happen naturally, like, it's something that you can train. And smiling is something that like, kind of lifts up your lips and is able to make you just have a more enthusiastic tone. And if you think of yourself as somewhat of a monotonous person, this can definitely help with improving that like pitch varying that pitch that you speak with. Anyways, another thing that I wanted to talk about was if you're like, again, if they don't see your face. So I'm going to turn off my webcam and I'm going to say something that actually makes sense to kind of simulate that tone of being on the other end of like a phone call. So now, I ran over the dog when I drove down the driveway. I ran over the dog when I drove down the driveway. Now, however morbid that sentence is, it does articulate that the second one did sound a lot more energetic, a lot more enthusiastic. And if you don't sound enthusiastic about what you're talking about, your audience is certainly not going to share that enthusiasm, right? And so it's important that you make sure that people can sense the energy that you bring, because that just makes them a lot more comfortable with you, and they can make the level of understanding that the audience gains can also be highly impacted by that energy that you bring. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this lesson on smiling, and I hope you can smile a lot more in the future. And I actually have a quote about this. You should smile most, or you should smile hardest, when it's hardest to smile. I'm going to leave you up to think about that. But I'll see you next video.